Alright, there's our funky encounter. Oh, what happened? Well, I'm going to have to make a little adjustment anyway, because this looks more like a crash landing. And I don't think I've got the Delta V to really land with this. Like, you know, I don't have a lot. I could try, but I don't think it's a good idea. Well, we can go ahead and stick ourselves in... I could either do polar orbit or something similar. Fairly easy, just pulling that. And with 6 meters a second... Ooh, hey, here's an idea. We could actually aerobrake on this planet. It's got some atmosphere. Doesn't have much, but it's got one. I'm not sure how much it's going to take, so I'm going to probably shoot for... let's shoot for something real low, because it's going to take a lot to really aerobrake here. And this parachute's going to be a one-time use. I can't rearm it, I don't think. So I'm not entirely sure how high the mountains and ridges and stuff are on this planet, so we're going to go for about that. And we'll see how much of an aerobrake maneuver this can even be. And I'm going to go ahead and save it in case something goes horribly, horribly wrong. Oh, well, there's a quick save. And due to quick saving being a thing, I'll even put this down a little. Alright. And where are you? Alright, so here's the signal back to Kerbal, apparently. Funny. Now it decides to actually show up, where it didn't before. I don't know why. Alright, so this is a 20-some minute away maneuver. I really like this Kerbal alarm clock, if I hadn't said it 10,000 times before. It makes these maneuvers so much easier to not pass by. Alright, close this. And just poke it a nudge. Alright, that'll work. Get this down a little. 6, 5, 4, 3, 1. That's good. And see what it actually pulled off. 10? That's good. I can live with 10. I don't believe the atmosphere is thick enough to worry about a re-entry burn here. Like, I don't think it'll catch me on fire. But I can't say I know for sure. But we'll find out in short order. I will likely have to turn off my at least a satellite dish or something. Not that it's going to really matter too much, but I guess I'll go ahead and turn this thing off. Now, normally you wouldn't want to do that because you'd lose your signal back home with that, and this thing would be a dead duck in the water. But this particular one, it ain't gonna matter. I'll leave this one open because it's currently not used at all, and I'll see if it blows off. This is going to be our test run to see if something blows off in this atmosphere or not, even if you're flying through it at ludicrous speed. But I don't think it will. I think it's too thin. I actually used to read a bunch of books about Mars and stuff when I was a kid, and I believe the atmosphere is like so freaking thin on Mars that you could have like 100 miles an hour, and it wouldn't really amount to much of anything because the air is just too thin to really push much of anything around. But it does actually pick up the sand on Mars a lot because the gravity isn't as much, I guess. And they have enormous sandstorms that could cover like a giant area, like this big of an area at once on Mars. Sometimes it'll even kick up so much you'll have like a sandstorm that goes around the planet. It's funky. So we are starting to enter the atmosphere here a little bit. There we are at 20 something or other. Wow, it looked like something flew across. I think these are all the lines and stuff, things we're trying to load in. I don't have landing gear on this thing at all, I just realized, but oh well. It's not like I'm really trying for a landing. And we will see. I mean, right here I've got... Alright, well, it's showing my drag. That's how many kilonewtons of drag, which also is equivalent to thrust. Like, they're measured in kilonewtons. Oh, we actually got some fire and flames. I didn't expect that at all. Well, let's see if I burn up. I don't know if I will or not. I doubt it. Oh, my I got a I got things overheating. Oh, carb. Yeah, you don't want those to overheat. It does look like I might just pop off a... No, they're actually cooling down now. I thought my panels would burn off. Hopefully I don't smack a ridge on the way in. Yeah, my altitude's going down a lot. I'm still on fire. I didn't think I'd actually get flames shooting through this atmosphere, but let's see what we got. Oh, we actually got orbit, and it's shrinking drastically. I may actually end up with a landing. That wouldn't be a good thing at the moment due to I've got to get a hold of the science off of this thing, which I probably am too close in to even get. Let's go take a look. There we go. Let's check this. Yeah, I had to be in a higher orbit in order to even get the science off of that. But you never know. I might even have enough fuel to launch. Well, I guess we're going in for a landing. No. And I probably best not go for a landing. But I might not have a lot of choice here. Look, I can't even turn around. Not a good thing. Well, yeah. Oh crap. Oh crap. I'd say boomies. Oh, I didn't explode. I'm very surprised. Things are going poorly at this moment. Hit better hit X. Yeah, things went boomies. So, you can easily get to Duna without too much trouble here, but let's just grab the science and run. Let me just hold F9. If I had actually planned for a proper landing, I could have actually stuck that, but I was just like, oh god, I wasn't expecting a landing. Oh, things are going terrible. Alright, well anyway. I know from experience that right now I can go ahead and get the science I need, and then we can try for a second landing, I suppose. Or I could use this as a satellite for communications, either one. So I'm going to go ahead and activate this data recorder. And this thing says I need at least 300 units of data. And while I'm dying of old age waiting on that sucker, let's go ahead and log all the rest of this crap. And if I had actually planned on going back to Kerbal, I can get quite a bit of science off of that, but I'm not, so I'm just going to transmit. And since it's using this satellite, it actually isn't really drawing much in the way of power, which is nice. If you use the standard satellites, it'll drain your battery quite a bit, sending back all this data. Obviously, I can't do these two right now, but I can do this. 154 on the gravity scan, very nice. And a thermometer, can't do a thermometer right now. Oh, that's a little bit of science, and then this thingy here, this probe. As soon as we get 300, will give me even more. Yeah, that landing, unexpected. Alright, well, at least I know now with the FAR, changing your atmospheric drag and stuff, I can still get a nice aero brake. A long-awaited confirmation seems to indicate the Duna does indeed have polar caps. Further studies will have to be performed to determine its composition. There are also thin atmosphere covering the planet. Really? Grammar. There are also thin atmosphere, really. It just doesn't sound like it's quite right. But anyway, 500 science, and that's excellent. Yeah, I don't need this probe for anything else sciencey wise, so go ahead and send me that and give me my sweet, sweet 500 science. And then we'll go ahead and make adjustments to things and go ahead and get back onto planet. Now, notice, I noticed anyway, that if my computer decides to stop derping and things actually start to give me, come on, I need to know where to go. My stuff didn't burn off, which was nice. I'm surprised my antenna didn't fly off. Now this other dish might, but we'll see. Come on, you. Why are you giving me so much trouble? Ah. What the heck? Sometimes this thing will really give you issues. I just need to know where to go. Alright, well, stop going away, you. Ah, I don't want to target Ike. Gosh. This thing's being a butt. Stop screwing around. Alright, well anyway, let's just do that. And I'll actually do it farther away than that, but I just need to know where to go. Alright, so I'll just go ahead and kill this thing off now. Doesn't want to cooperate. And we'll try to get this thing to work. Alright, there is 79. There's no arrow break sitting in that. Let's go point over here somewhere and try again. 40s, 14. Now let's try for 20, and that'll likely give me something like an orbit-ish, hopefully. There's 20. Orbit or landing, either one's good with me. And I guess we'll probably point this way. And actually I need to be pointing north for a little bit so my batteries will recharge. Yeah, they're recharging slightly. And fast forward and actually get to the planet. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and point to that point over here. Right there. And yes, I could adjust my orbit very easily to get an actual, like, around the equator orbit if I wanted to. But it doesn't really matter. This is going to be a throwaway probe anyway, most likely. If we crash it, well, I'm going to end the video there anyway. It doesn't matter. I got everything I needed off of this, except I could actually pull off a little bit more science now, possibly. Let's see. Yeah, because I'm really close to Duna, I can get some there. I might even be able to get some good stuff off of this. Oh, yeah, look at all that. And there's a barometer. I'm not quite down into the atmosphere yet. Oh, apparently this is the wrong type of antenna. This is the go transmit data type. Oops. Didn't expect that. I guess I lost my signal. Let's go check. It looks like I lost my signal back to, yeah, planet's in the way. I can collect it and possibly transmit it later. Come on, thermometer, I want to use you. It's not even letting me. Huh. Very strange. Well, I guess I'll do it later. I can't warp, apparently. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, there we go. Hitting the wrong button. Sometimes I accidentally hit the slow down warp instead of the speed up warp. Alright, let's see if this thingy will actually change my orbit. Not much. Doesn't look like it's doing a lot. Maybe it is. Now it is. What's my height? 22 and going down. Slowly changing my orbit. Come on, give me something circular. I could help it out just by doing this. There we go. There we go. There's orbit. And I'm actually, yeah, okay, well that'll do for some crappy orbit. I could even go for a landing if I really want, but let's grab some more of the science off of this planet and probably call it a day for there. I might fix the orbit a bit. I don't know. Maybe we'll go for another pass after I transmit science. And then actually land. Yeah, let's try to land with this thing. It won't do me any good, but I get slightly more science off of it. Alright, so log that. Oh yeah, plenty. Okay, good. It's not using the other antenna. And I can't use that yet. Log this. Plenty of science there. Let me go ahead and point some general direction so I can get some sun. Ain't much. Yeah, like right now, pointing to that end isn't going to give me very straight up and down versus the solar system, like I said before. There be the sun, and now I gotta finagle with this. And it definitely won't stay. 45. Alright, there's some sun. Yeah, there we go. And did I get the science off of that already? I think I did. Log. I can get a little more, not much. Might as well. Alright. Now for some really poor landing. And fly over here. Oh, I passed it. Yeah, if you get too fast, it won't care if you're flying through an atmosphere or not. It'll ignore it entirely. Okay, so I'm going to be down as far as 18. I could actually make that a little lower. And I think I will make that a little lower. Give that down to 10. 14, 13, 12. There's 10 and change. 10 flat, more or less. And we're pointed in the right directions. Alright, there we go. Now I lost my signal to Kerbal, but I don't know when I'm gonna actually have that back. But due to the way this particular probe is bugged, it ain't gonna matter much. But if I send more probes out here, I'm not gonna use this exact one, and we'll deal with the proper probe physics and stuff the way we're supposed to next time. It ain't my fault it screwed up. Oh well, you do with what you gotta, you know. Speed this thing up. And once again, I want to see if this thing burns off. But I am going a lot slower than I was the first time around, so it likely won't, but we'll find out. Because that's something I'm going to need to know, because it's the difference between landing a probe or putting a satellite in orbit to communicate with it first. And then landing a probe. And that can be a very significant difference. Like, can you use this probe once you've tried to land it or not, you know? It would really suck to lose communications with a normal probe during landing. It's happened when I've landed on Kerbal before. It's a real pain. I can probably go ahead and pop parachutes now. Apparently I can. And, yeah, I guess this thing's fairly sturdy and it's not going to rip off, at least under low speed, so I got a lot of drag on it. Alright, well, I'm going to turn off T. I probably shouldn't turn off T. SAS is actually probably why I crashed last time. It's kind of... Oh, I'm actually landing on the North Pole, apparently, because it's snow. No, I don't think I ever landed on one of the poles of this of Duna before. First time. First time I've been there. Alright, well, I'm not entirely sure how high up I am. And there goes my parachutes. And here goes my everything else. Alright, there's 18 and counting and dropping. So this will get me down to around 11 meters a second. It'd be nice if I had more chutes. If I had some more, it would likely get me down to a safe speed, but instead I gotta do a small burn either right now and maintain a low speed, or do a little dinky suicide burn at the last second. I'm probably gonna want to cut this down to about that. And there we go. Stuck to landing. Imagine that. Nothing exploded. It's a miracle. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab some more signs. This thing probably ain't going to work here, but the rest of the stuff should, if I can manage to see it. Scroll way in. Look down. How's the temperature out? It doesn't seem to say... Oh, a balmy negative 32 degrees Celsius. It is cold. Really cold out here. You don't say. Alright, let's transmit that. And that's going to use up my battery, apparently. So, that's a pain. I'll just fast forward a bit. Oh, there went the whole battery. Well, come on. There's some sun. I wonder if I managed to have... Oh, okay, now the next thing I send... Where the hell is anything? I'll actually have proper communications. Where are you? Okay, this is something. My barometer. 52. Oh, that's good. And... log temperature. Nothing. Accelerometer. This thing always gives nice science. Very good. 80 something. Cycle that. Log that. Oh, gravity's high enough to walk normally, but low enough for EV packs to work like jetpacks. Colonizing here just got a lot more appealing. You don't say. Wow, look at all that. 176 science off of that. Oh, that's great. All right, that's probably all I can get. I don't think I can get anything else without taking off and going somewhere else. But you know, I actually do have some fuel left, and this is honestly a good idea to check to see if you can easily take off from the planet or not. Yeah, there's no science I can get there. So we're going to make an attempt at getting off of the planet in one piece. So we're going to go around this way. Pointing at 90 isn't going to give me a good orbit, but I don't have a lot of choice. Where is my 90? Over here? Just tip this a nudge. I don't know if I've got enough juice to do this, but... Oh. Well, that didn't work as planned. Oh wow, look at that. I can just stand up and walk around. That button. I was hitting spacebar for some reason. That's pretty good. I don't need to go that way. The atmosphere is giving me issue due to the funky shaped thingy I got on the top. Aerodynamics is a problem here, you know. It's, the amount of stuff this is... Yeah, look at that. Current drag is ridiculous. Point up. Alright, I'll point straight up and see if I can get out of the atmosphere. Oh, come on. You can do it. Oh, let's see what we got. Alright, that's 10. Yeah, I'm definitely not making it into orbit on this sucker. Need more fuel, less drag. Alright, well. There's 7th hour, approximately. And... so much aerodynamic drag, it's nuts. Go up. Go up. Well, that's gonna be all she wrote. It's gonna be a boomy good time with explosions. Alright, well, I can get up to 20-something plus, and that's gonna be about it, and then we're gonna go in for an explosively good time. So, just out of general curiosity, can I rearm these? Not at all. Can't rearm the shoots without a Kerbal, or Kerman, to actually do it. Alright, well, I guess we'll be going in for boomies. As soon as gravity decides to kick in properly. Actually, if I point this thingy towards the way I'm going, it'll slow me down faster. Let's see. So, currently drag ain't jack. Huh. Well. Let's do a backflip. And then a nosedive. A swan dive straight into the planet. Oh, yeah! Alright. Right into the water. It's a very hard water here. You know, it's a little frozen solid. Oh, it's not going to let me. Too much aerodynamic drag. Oh well. Belly flop or a butt flop is going to have to do. And let crunchies be crunchies. Smush. I did say there would be explosions. Well, peeps, hope you enjoyed, and I got a buttload of science off of that sucker. Now, question mark is, how much? Let's go to... I don't even think it's going to tell me, most likely. But let's go back to Space Center and see if it says or not. Several hundred, or maybe even nearly 1,000. But even if it doesn't say, I'm not going to know for sure because I went ahead and did a bunch of other missions just to get science off of Minmus and the Mun. So I've got at least 30,000 plus science just sitting around from that. So it's not going to tell me. So I got, oh wow, almost 5,000 science in there. And this will likely say, let's go to Duna. Thanks for not really keeping track. I mean, I sent it back. I'm sure I got it. It's just not saying much. Actually, I think one of the mods caused this entire section to not work right. Yeah, I think it, one of these mods decided to kill this area. Oh well, Science Archives isn't going to say anything. So, we got some ridiculous quantity of science to spend, and we're going to go ahead and poke around just slightly. Alright. And it's going to give me some more stuff. What's down here? Oh. Oh, some fancy things. We'll get there soon. I want some general rocketry. What's in here? Some more general rocketry with a giant thingy of doom here. What's this? Kilowatt rocket. Bunch of sizes. It's 1,000 science on its own. I definitely wanted to grab some more probes and probe stuff. Which one of these has got my good probe stuff? It's hard to say. I'll just go ahead and get this anyway. What's this? A funky probe of weirdness. Air conditioner. Lifetime. Some funky probe. A giant dish of doom. Oh, okay. Here's one of the things I was wanting to get. What the heck? Simple geometry, flat surfaces, attachment. Maybe that wasn't something I really needed. What else? Oh yeah, I wanted to see if I can grab some more science bits and pieces like that. Been needing that kind of thing for a while. I'm wanting a science junior, but wow. I'm getting low here. Let's go ahead and grab that. I topped these two out entirely. Alright, this is some staging stuff. So for big stages, apparently. Go ahead and get that. What's here? Funky docking ring. Oh, a dual-purpose docking ring. That's interesting. Some stacked couplers. A solar sail? We're definitely going to have to try that sucker out. Some more bits and pieces. I don't need too hard. Alright, one thing I wanted to get is I definitely need more stuff for energy. So here's some parts for energy. What is that? Oh, this is a little generator. 750 science, huh? What's this? Another solar panel. Interchangeable battery banks, some more solar panels. Solar power has really been like the one thing I've really been needing a lot of. Now, this is something else to experiment with later. I'll actually save that for a bit. We may actually be sticking satellites or a space station upstairs soon. In which case I'm probably going to want this. Or maybe something off of one of these. What do we got here? Nothing important there. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab... I could grab that. We got a lot of good parts to work with now. And who knows what all this stuff is. Giant Titan rocket of doom for later. Alright, well peeps, hope you enjoyed, and we'll be poking around in here more shortly. So, hope you had fun. I certainly did. I'll catch you later.